What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Hippo Supercoach, and today we've got my top 3 VC and top 3 C candidates for round 2 the 2024 AFL season. So let's get into it. At number 3 for VCs, we have Big Bad Isaac Heeney. So I really expect Heeney to go quite large. He plays Essendon. We know how good his form is. Obviously, he's going to make a lot of money this week. At this point, I'm currently fading him. I'll talk about my trades in a second. But yeah, Heeney, look, he hasn't gone big against Essendon in the last 3, but don't be alarmed by that because he's got a clearly different role, clearly different form, clearly different fitness. So I think if you really want a good VC, he could kick a couple of goals as well as have 30 odd touches and really go nuts, maybe a 130, 140. So as a non-Heeney owner, I'm very worried for this week. But yeah, he's my first one on the list. Now at number 2 for VCs, we have Matthew Rao. So arguably the most informed player in the comp at the moment. If you have him, great job. He's got the bye next round, which is a bit annoying, but I mean the guy's just absolutely feasting on teams. Averaging 146 this year, so yeah, clearly his body's very, very good at the moment, and his form's matching it. So I think Matt Rao's a great VC option, playing against the Bulldogs over at Mars. So yeah, I think there'll be plenty of contested ball for him there. And yeah, it's a very good VC option. Now remember with VCC, because of guys like Hewitt and Carroll, or anyone else in your team that might have the bye, you can actually VC anyone from any game besides the last one, obviously. So keep that in mind. So if you want to have a late VC, like a Sunday 4 o'clock game VC, that's still okay. You don't need to worry about that. That's all right. It's going to be tight because, the game's going to finish pretty much as soon as the next one starts. So you will have to make that decision maybe with a couple of minutes left in the last quarter. So yeah, and number 1, best VC for this week, in my opinion, is Nick Dacos. So the guy is, we obviously know how good he is, 131, 135. So don't think he'll get tagged by St Kilda. I think there'll be plenty of ball in the back line for him to get some cheapies down there. And relatively weak midfield. I saw they omitted Brad Crouch, which interesting decision. I think, yeah, I was a little bit thrown back by that because, yeah, I thought he was, well, he's obviously one of the best players when he's in form, but I guess he's just a bit out of form at the moment. So, yeah, back to the resis for Brady Crouch and yeah, Nick Dacos. I think whether he plays mid or backline this week, I think he'll go nuts. So that's who I'll be VCing, guys. Now let's talk about some captaincy options. So number 3 best captain is Zach Butters. Now, the reason I don't have him as number 1 is because of his CBAs. So he had a little bit less CBAs than the other guys, which is very, very frustrating. So Horn Francis had 71%. I think Butters had 60 or 50%. So that could hurt his ceiling a little bit. That's why I probably wouldn't captain him, but he is still a great option against Richmond because he did score 158 last time he played them. And I'm pretty sure that was a 90 points in the first quarter game from him. So, yeah, that was the last game of the season. So, yeah, he's going to be, I think he'll go big. The question is, how big will he go? So, yeah. And then we're going to move on to number 2, and that is King BONT. So Marcus Bontempelli, $724,000. It's a crazy price tag, really. Playing Gold Coast. Look, I think Gold Coast midfield's been good, but at the end of the day, it's BONT. We've paid $724K for a reason, and that's for a guaranteed captain option every week. So, yeah, I'm still very keen on the King BONT, and I think everyone else should be. So I'll be captaining him because I don't have the guy who's at number 1. Number 1, Tom Green. Tom Green, fuck's sake. Tom Green is arguably the most informed player in the comp alongside Matt Rao. So you could argue those two. I'd probably say Rao slightly, but yeah, Tom Green, very safe pick. And who's he playing? He's playing West Coast. So he is going to feast on them. I'm scared as a non-owner. If I'm playing a guy with Tom Green this week, I'm probably going to lose. So yeah, if I had him, absolutely guaranteed captain him. He's my number 1 option, but I tell you what, another good option for a captain is Jesse Hogan. So if you happen to have him or happen to want to bring him in, he's got the absolute dream matchup this week against West Coast. GWS, if they really go for the kill, Hogan could kick 10. So, yeah, I don't know if I'd have the guts to do it this early in the season, but I'd definitely flirt with the idea of it. It's definitely more of a VC, but unfortunately you can't VC because it's the last game. So, yeah, if you want a decent chance at a massive ceiling, jump on him and put the captain on him because, yeah, I'd be surprised if he doesn't kick at least 5. That's it for the captaincy option, guys. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any other options that I've missed and maybe not thought about. Not too keen on any of the rucks this week. I think English, who does he play? Gold Coast? Wits is very negating, and so is Ned Reeves from Hawthorn. So these are my current trades, guys. So I'm jumping off Hayden Young after seeing the recent article discussing his role. So basically they said, look, Hayden Young, you might be going back to the back line because of all the injuries. I think they lost like 2 or 3 defenders in round 1. So Hayden Young back to the back line is not what I want to hear, and it's enough for me to jump off, to be honest. The role was the reason we picked him. Pure inside mid, doesn't look like he's going to possibly get that, and he's clearly expendable in that role. So, unfortunately, I think we just cut our losses with Hayden Young and say, see you later. And that allows me to get D'Ambrosio, McKercher, and Berry for Clark and Manor. And obviously Young. So, it gives me 228k next week. And basically, I'm jumping on all the price rise, which allows me to go and grab guys like Lyons next week or even Riley Bonner, depending on how his role looks with Jack Sinclair in the team. So, I'm pretty keen on both those guys, and they're going to have very low break-evens this week if they back up their round 1 scores. So, well, Jared Lyons is obviously going to probably have to come in regardless because he's not playing this week, and we're not going to get another score from him unless we jump on him. But yeah, overall, I wanted to keep George Hewitt. I didn't quite realise how much he averaged with that high CBA role. He actually went at 111.4, which is pretty crazy. And this is only 2 years ago. So Sam Walsh, it sounds like he's going to miss more time than what we think. So it could be like a half a season sort of thing. Hewitt could definitely get to 550, 600k by then. And I know he's only averaging the 91 at the moment. So 106 and a 76. I'm going to back the man in though. Initially I thought this is such a dud pick. But yeah, the guy has shown in that high CBA role, he can go nuts and be a very consistent ton for us. So, yeah, I'm going to keep him. I know he has the bye this week. I'm just going to be happy to sit him on the bench, and yeah, I'm going to hold him. In terms of fielding, I'm not sure if I should field Sanders or Roberts. Can we loop those two? Yes, we can. So I can loop Roberts and Sanders. Put Roberts as the emergency. And I can also loop... Oh, no, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'd love to loop Cadman, but obviously playing last. So that's it for the video, guys. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.